It has been over 7 months since my last vanilla video, which means there's probably going to be a lot of new people watching this. So in the previous 4 episodes, we made our starter base, which is this massive building here. We laid out the entirety of our phase 1 of the mega base, including walkways, buildings, and eventually the walls of a massive castle. We built a fish store to go into the town, and then we got started on our industrial district and some farms. My favorite being, of course, the iron farm, and separately, we made a massive gold farm that is insanely efficient. And with that, you're all caught up. Let's get into the video. Oh my goodness. We're so back. I've actually never been more excited to get back into this house. Looks so good. Okay, it's nighttime. We gotta sleep. You all might not know this build or where we are right now because it's been so long. The last video I posted of this was in December of last year. And this might ring a few more bells potentially. Oh my goodness, it's been so long since I've played vanilla Minecraft that I tried to jump with my jetpack, which you could see if you watch the create mod packs and stuff. What you doing? I hate you. You suck at your job, dude. Anyway, we are back on the vanilla server. There's more! We are back on the vanilla server where you can see I have a lot of plans, and yeah, it's been a minute. I've tried my best to like start designing some of the stuff like the castle, and I didn't like where it was heading, so I just gave up. But we are back. I really just wanted to get back into vanilla playing. I mean, we already have the design for the building going here, including what we're gonna be doing with it. Oh, this is the fish tank that Nia made for Christmas. Because we last played in December. You can kind of already see the vibe that we're going with. It is kind of German, European, whatever this vibe is, and we're gonna do a similar thing for this honey building. I don't remember if I talked about this in a previous video, but I wanted to make a honeycomb farm so that we can, I don't know, I guess just have honey and honeycomb. I think just because I think it would be a cool contrast with the very blue Prismarini build. That's what we have here. Oh my gosh, I remember this. What video did I post? I think I lost all the content of resource gathering this stuff because I just deleted it because it had been 7 months. But we have, I think, all the ingredients to build this thing right here. And it's going to hopefully be a perfect combination and connecty bit between our Prismarine build, which still doesn't have a roof or a back, but the front looks... I need to fix the floor. The floor is a problem. But the front is good of the Prismarine shop. That's what I meant to say. And we're gonna actually build the whole thing of this little farm here because we're gonna have bees flying around in it, so it needs to be safe and secure. And I honestly wish I had more stuff to talk about. Oh, I should probably take off my helmet. And I wish I had more stuff to talk about before we get into building this thing. But let's get into a quick little time lapse, maybe just a building montage, so that you can get back into the series with me, crack your back, relax, eat popcorn. Let's build a bee thing. There we go. That is the outside. Oh my god, it looks so good next to everything else. Let's get up here. Oh man, do I love this. This is such a nice looking build. I think it fits really well in between these two. The roof, not fully done because I ran out of honeycomb blocks, which we will fix at some point once I get the honey farm in. The only reason I need the honey farm is so I could build the building for the honey farm. And I guess that's something. We also only have done some of the interior. This little bit, and I'm missing honey blocks. You gotta cut me some slack. We're gonna work on the interior in a second, but first I want to get in everything other than the actual honey houses. What are they called? These idiots. I can't even see what they're called. What are you called? Bees nests. Everything except for the bees nests in the back here, and maybe somewhere else, I don't know, in the back here for our actual honey farm and honeycomb farm, both of which we are having. I think this one's going to be honeycomb in this barrel, and then honey is going to be in a barrel over here. So let's get the redstone in for that. I'm not even going to time-lapse that because that's so easy to do. It's going to just be like whatever redstone honey farm that you've seen ever in Minecraft. And that's it. It's a lot of hoppers, 48 of them. Holy smokes. And then some item filters and stuff. But it's gonna be real simple. We're gonna get that in 3, 2, 1. Boom! There we go. It is now all in. We just have a bunch of dispensers. These two are for honeycombs. So I actually did get them mixed up. This one is honey blocks. This is like a whole section is honey blocks. This one's honeycombs. We'll get a ton more honeycombs than honey blocks, don't you worry. And then all these dispensers, these 8 or whatever many, are going to be for bottles, and then these two on the end are going to be for shears, and we're going to be able to access all of these as we like. We do still have 2 main issues though. The first is, I mean, we don't have all the blocks that we need. We don't have any honey or honeycomb blocks that we need for designing the interior, and most of them, as you can see here, I've just like placed blocks that look kind of bad. Most of them are kind of structurally sound and it's integral to the structure, because otherwise bees can escape through the back here, like between hoppers and all that stuff. So I am leaving some temporary blocks and some trapdoors so that I can place in blocks without the bees escaping, and we're probably going to need to do the same thing over here, but that's fine. The second major issue is that we don't have a roof, so if bees want to come in here, they could just be like bzz, 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 and then just go straight up and run away. And as much as I love freedom, we have to keep these bees prisoners for their entire lives. So let's get to the interior. And I think it'd be fun to do a little building with me session where you can see me build with me, and it's with me. So let's get building on the interior. All right, we are gonna start over at the pathway by breaking all of the doors that we already placed in and getting in a new floor here. This is going to be pathways that route around everything. We are gonna leave some of the grass in here because, I mean, we need flowers for stuff. So I'm thinking might as well leave some of the grass for the flowers to grow on. And I think in this biome, the grass still looks really good, so I'm not worried about that. If it were an uglier biome, I'd probably switch it out for moss, but I don't really think we need to. And then let's get in whatever floor we can. I don't have all of the floor that we can fit in here, but I at least have some. So we're gonna get in some rooted and coarse dirt going around the sides here. And then part of the floor is going to have to be temporary blocks, but we're gonna do yellow terracotta and then kind of mix it with our honeycomb that we don't have at all. And it's just I'm gonna just do a checkerboard here. I think it'll look pretty good once we get this set up, and it'll feel like a beehive, you know, because I don't know if that's on purpose that they do checkerboards. I don't know if they're big on chess or something, if that's a common bee thing. But that is all of the things that we can get in right now for the floor. We'll come back to other floor stuff later. And let's move on to the actual interior. I gotta make sure I don't accidentally place blocks places. But here we're just gonna do a couple different like little shelving unit things. I don't know the best way to do this. I think I'm just gonna have to place some other blocks. But like this one in the middle here is gonna house just a barrel that I don't have. Oh my gosh. If you don't know, I did just change my channel logo and all that stuff to a slightly better design, at least in my opinion. It was made by the wonderful artist Casper the Ghost. Shout out them. And then over here, I'm gonna get in just some random fence bits because I think it looks good just having the 2 fences on either side, and it kind of outlines the grass over here. We need to trapdoorify these windows, and then we are going to unfortunately need to wait for a lot of the finer details since we need honey blocks for those. But let's get in some more, what is this, bamboo trapdoors and other stair blocks. All right, that's enough faffing about. I'm really channeling my smallish beans here. Let's head up to the roof and just get that in, because that's kind of the main reason why we can't have bees in this area. And there's not really a good way to start this, but I'm just gonna start it here. We're gonna do some stripy boys of trapdoors once we get on top of these, and these are gonna go all the way along. We'll get some lights in on top of these just to light up the room, but I'm a really big fan of this kind of style. This one's temporary. We're gonna have a honey block in there, but I suppose, nah, we'll keep it empty for now. I was thinking we need to block off the area anyway so that bees don't escape, but it's probably fine. It's probably okay. All right, there we go. That's most of the trapdoors in. We do gotta get them up on this area here, and then on the roofy roof we need to actually enclose this whole thing. So I'm doing bamboo slabs, and then obviously for the lighting we're going to do shroom lights. We're doing shroom lights just to light up, as I said, the interior there, and it looks just a little bit better than glowstone, and you can kind of see it through the trapdoors. I don't know if you can see on the one that's already there, but in a second, once we get in the rest of these, you should see, and it should be obvious that they're shroom lights and not something as ugly as glowstone. And right now this is looking real ugly, so let's get in some plants, some vine skedoodles, There we go. Oh, I gotta bone meal it after I shear it? I don't know. I can't hang anything on you yet. There we go. A bit more light from these glowberries and the much needed color, honestly. And then we're also getting in some of these spore blossoms here just to get those particle effects that are going to destroy my game once we get a little bit further in to the world when we have too many items. But I think that's all of what we can do right now. I suppose I can put in the trapdoor here that's going to hold up a beehive at some point. This is looking good. Now I need to bee-proof the place, and it's mostly just going to be this area over here. So now let's move in all of the beehives. I am going to fill all of these guys up with shears and bottles before we do that, though, just so that they can start working immediately. And then all we have to do is AFK. AFKing done, we have a ton more honeycomb and honey than we started with, and I think this should be enough to finish off the build and let this thing run on its own. So let's get these last two block types in here, and then you can see the final result. And there we go, that is the build. Let's go over everything that we've added in. So we have just little beehives kind of dotted around the place that don't do anything and are just for looks. I forgot to put in honey blocks there. There we go, that's much better. I was looking around really confused on why this side in particular looked so weird, and it was because I forgot half of the decoration in here. But there we go, we have a bunch of beehives, as I said, dotted around the place that are just for looks and for those beautiful yellow drippy particles and the floor particles, both of which look so good. I forgot another beehive there. And I think the particles add a ton to the build itself, but I think the honey adds even more. There's a bee hidden behind there. Sorry, Mr. Bee. There we go. Now you're safe. It would have been kind of funny to keep him there, but I did feel a little bad, and it might reduce our rates, and we can't have that. I also, as you saw, have little drippy bits of honey blocks and stuff. We have honeycombs dotted around as well, and I just think overall this looks so good and is such a functional build with the farm in the back here. We also have, I don't think I've shown this off yet, we have like I don't know, in space where you got the like decompression chamber to make sure you don't bring any space juice with you from outside. We got that, but with bees. And then the outside, as you already saw, but I just, it matches so well. Like, it's the same style, different colors. I'm shocked how well this turned out. And this might make it so that I can kind of branch off into different color palettes entirely. I thought I was gonna have to stick with this deep slate type of thing, but I don't think we need to. I think just like keeping it this style will work with any good color palette, which I'm so excited about. I forgot one more drastically important thing on the outside. We need honey in these windows. Look how much that changes things. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I almost forgot this. We are gonna run out of honey blocks before we finish this. I need 3 more, are we kidding? Creeper. Ah, not again. Stupid idiot, I had roof creeper? How did you even get there? It's literally spawn proofed. This sucks butt for real. We are missing a singular honey bottle block to get all the ones that we need. Will they get mad at me if I... The answer is yes. Too late. Sucks to suck. Get better at your job. I hope they don't just die because they're angry. I don't think they will, but I hope they don't. Wait, let me get up. Officially, honey farm, honey building, all done and completed, and the orange on the windows looks so good. I'm so happy with them. I may even switch out these bottom ones. These are like supposed to actually be windows. I may even switch those out for the honey because they just make it look so much better. And the glowstone behind them makes them glow in the dark. This looks so good, and I'm so excited for next episode where we're going to build a ton of these buildings here so that we get this walkway angle going down, filled with a ton of different styles of buildings, a bunch of beautiful things. So I'll see you all next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope you like the vanilla content. I forgot the word for that. And I hope you subscribe, but that'll be it. Peace!